Hey guys, hi everyone. Today I'm going to be creating a memory bear like this one. So I thought I'd share a little bit of what I like to do with you, and I'll be here for a little while so you can see what I'm going to be doing. So I'm actually recording this and doing Facebook Live, so I'll be explaining to two different cameras at one time. All right, so you already saw our little bear. I did download the instructions from online. It's from Etsy. I got the pattern on Etsy as well. And these are what the pattern pieces look like. So according to the instructions, I will show you what we have here. We have the arm. We have the soles of the feet. We have the snout. We have the head. That's what we're going to start with actually. We have cut 4 pieces of the leg. I'll put that over here. We have here, next is the back of the head. We have here the front body. I've cut here 4 pieces for the ears. I've cut 1 piece and 2 pieces for the body. So let's get to work. So we're going to start with the head. Let me just separate all my pieces here. Here's the head back. Let me get my 3 pieces for the head, because the head is going to have 3 pieces and the ears. For this project, I will be using a polyfill. And I also have here some button eyes. We have some button eyes here. And it's got a nose. I'll see how big the nose is, see if I want to put that on. Alrighty, let's get rocking and rolling here. Let's start with the head. Okay, so first of all, I want you to see the pattern pieces. Okay, the bottom here is where we're going to be sewing first. Okay, and we've got these notches, but I'm not going to mark it because I got this. Alrighty. Oh, incidentally, before I move on, for this pattern piece, I don't know if you could see, but I've created a little hole here. I made that hole there because I'm marking where the eyes are going to be placed into our teddy bear head. So I needed to have something where I can go through it and mark my marks. So let's see if it can show on the camera. Don't mind me, I'm showing 2 cameras here. Let's see. It's right here. Right here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our pattern pieces, we're going to be doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance all around. So we're going to be doing 1/4 inch seam allowance on here. Now I've already made 2 of these. Now I'm doing a back stitch here, so that way we can secure our opening, because we're going to be attaching the snout to there. Now this end here is the actual neck part. We're going to definitely secure that. Because that's where we're going to be turning around our bear. And we need to secure that. Now I'm going to go and use the snout. Now I need to find the center of the snout. This is going to be the nose top part, and this is where we're going to be having the eyes. So in order for me to do that part, what I like to do is essentially take this and finger press with my nail. Okay, that's going to give us a crease. Okay, now we're going to open up our teddy bear face. Now, since I created this crease, you could see it, I'm trying to get it into the light for everybody. We're going to be attaching, let's see if I can turn it around. We're going to center that crease to the center of the snout, like so. I will put a pin on here just so that I don't lose my positioning. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be bringing the ends together. On this side, and I'm going to pin this side just to secure it. Then I'm going to take the opposite side of the snout and I will pin that there temporarily. Now we have this odd shape here. You wonder, oh my God, how am I going to fit that in there? But we're going to do what's called easing. We're going to ease the fabric into that position, creating a beautiful snout. We're using, and everything we're using is a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now here I'm easing out the fabric. If you could see, I'm making that curve to the edge of the fabric. Now when we're working with this curve, there's going to be a bunch of fabric on the bottom. We're going to take that fabric and we're going to move it out of the way, keeping to that 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now I'm coming around to where the pin is, so I'm pulling this out. Don't want to run over a pin. Now I got to the center, so now I'm going to take all of this extra fabric and I'm going to move it back and away. And again, we're going to be easing our snout around. Now, if you're a beginner or you have trouble sewing, you can hand baste this here because it is quite a sharp edge. Remember, you could see me, I'm trying to keep the fabric away so I don't pinch it and have to take apart seams. Alrighty. So now I'm going to remove my pen and I'm going to come to the end. Now here at the end, I'm going to do a back stitch and secure that. All right, that's all done. I'll snip off the threads. Always snip off your threads. Well, look at that. We have the snout sewn in. Now watch the magic start to happen. Here we go. Now let me show you how that looks on our actual teddy. This is his face. Voila. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tool for the eyes. Okay, how do you open this? Let's see. You know what? I think I have an extra one open. Not in there. Let's get this going. I have very limited space here, so it's like, where am I putting everything? All right, let's put this here. So this is a little awl where we're going to be taking. Let's see if I can see my eye marks. I actually can see them. All right, so you probably can't see it, but hello family, welcome to my live. Okay, so you can't see it, but right here and here I can see where I marked my eyes. So the way I want to make sure that it's perfect is simply by taking my seams and matching them perfectly over here. And what I like to do is find the center of the nose, put my seams together here, find my mark right here. It's hiding in the seam allowance right here. So I'm going to take my tool and I'm going to simply just poke through. Making sure my dots are exactly in the same position because we don't want to have a cross-eyed bear. Look at me. You see what I'm doing? I'm checking and double checking. Making sure we're good. Now what I'm going to do is I like to tug on it a little bit. That's forcing the threads. Or you can see, let's see if you could see it. You can see right through there, you see? Alrighty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. I hope you could see the eyes where I've poked them. You could see the eyes open there. So now I got to find a nice size eye to put in there. I'm debating what size should I put in there. I don't want it too big or too small. So that's, I think, too big for it. All right, what do you guys think? Let's see if we poke this through. I think that's a nice size. What do you guys think out there? You're watching, what do you think? Facebook friends. Now we'll take and I'll poke the other eye through. So now we have both of our eyes poked through. Now I have to find the backing for it. So let me close this because we do not want to have any of this spilling. Let me see, what size are these? I think it's over here. They don't give you many choices here. Just 3, small, medium, and large. So these are safety eyes that won't pop out. I think these will be what I'll be using. Now, when I made my first original teddy bear, I had no idea what I was doing. So I'll show you what I did. So we have this little thingamajigger cap for the back of the eye. So I put it upside down like this with that down. But you're supposed to put it flat like this. And that's oh no, that does not fit. Well, there you go. That answers that. Let me see. I guess we needed the little one. Let me get a little one. Oh, we're learning as we go. Here's one little one and a little one. They don't give you many choices. And I dropped one, so thank God there's many here. So as I was saying, originally I had taken mine and I had put this skinny part towards the eye, but it's the fat part that goes down, so I'll show you how that works. Let's go back to it again. So you put the little cap on and you squeeze it down. Just like that. I'll come into the other one. Now I do have teddy bear noses in this kit. I don't know if I want to put a felt one. I think I'll put felt. I'll just sew a felt nose on it. We have a pattern for the felt as well. So, look who's coming around. Now let's get to the back of the head, which is the next piece right here. All right. Do pay attention to the pattern instructions that tells you where you're going to be sewing. This is the center back, and that's where we're going to be sewing. So I will move this over here, and I will turn this around. Learn from my mistakes. I've already made mistakes. Alrighty. Again, we're going to do, definitely we're going to be doing back stitching here because, again, this is the neck area. And when we go to turn this around, we don't want to be busting our seams. All right. Now we have our seam created. Now we're going to open this up. That's the back of our head. Now we're going to take this piece and we're going to attach it to the front of the face. We're attaching our edges at the neck base, making sure they're perfectly perfect. Again, the neck area, we need to definitely secure that with back stitching, because as I said, we're going to be turning this inside out, and it's definitely going to be a tight squeeze. So now at the top of the head of the snout, I'm going to just give it a little pinch like so. So that way I can find the center stitch here, seam allowance, and match it to the center of that little pinch that I made there. So that's going to help us distribute our fabric properly. And we're going to push the fabric down, get it out of our way, and we're going to close this up. Now we're going to come to the end here, and I'm going to match these ends again, and we're going to be easing our fabric, which is round, into the seam edges. So this isn't that hard. It's just a matter of, if you haven't done it, once you've done it, it's really easy. So for those who don't know, this is a dart. I have a dart story. My dart story is, I was with my sister when I was a young girl, and she had a friend, and her friend had a dart, and that friend decided to throw the dart right into my thigh. Just like that. It landed right in my leg, my thigh. So I use this because I like that I'm using a dart and a wooden chopstick, and I put glue on the end of the chopstick and I screwed it on, and this has been with me for many years. And I don't know what I would do if I lost it, because I'm so used to it. There's a certain feel to it and a certain weight. All right, guys, guess what? The head is done. So let's turn this around. Oh no, I did it. Guess what I forgot? I forgot to put my ears in. Dagnabbit. All right, let me get my ears. Here's my ears. Learn from my mistakes, guys, please. You know why I forgot it? Because I'm usually following the instructions. So let's get my instructions out. Well, okay, so let's do this. As you can see, we've already done everything. Here's the face. We've attached it at the jawline, and we've attached the snout. Now, had I turned the page over, look, happy little ears. All right, let's do the ears. So I've taken my little ears, and I'm going to do with this as well a 1/4 inch seam allowance. You think, oh my God, these are so small. Let me get another one ready, flipped inside out. Guys, are you having fun watching the video? Hi, family and friends. Welcome to my live. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Thank you, Natalie. I love you. Hi, Carmen, Edith, Madeline. Come on, guys. I can't see who's on here, but whoever you are, welcome. Share the link with your friends. Have them join in. Now I'm gonna back stitch again. When it's this little, I want to back stitch always. There are times where I don't back stitch because I don't like back stitching, because if I make a mistake like I just did forgetting to put the ears, then I'm in trouble. So I'm doing what's called chain stitching, which means I'm not cutting the end off. I'm leaving it all attached to the one string, and I'm back stitching again. Come on, guys, let's get a lot of people on here. Share the link with your friends. Call your friends and family. Say, come on to Facebook. Let's watch Kathy make a teddy bear. Who knows? I might start a business making teddy bears for people. Like I said, these are memory teddy bears. Okay, now I'm coming to the end again. So you see we have our ears connected. We're gonna separate them. Now, whenever you have anything that's round, you have to reduce the seam so that when you turn it around, you have a nice smooth edge. I will show you an example of not cutting the excess fabric around the top, how to look. It's clunky and it's not smooth. It's bumpy. See that? All right, now I'm going to use my new pinking shears. We're going to take and we're going to cut around the perimeter of the ears without cutting any of our stitching. This is going to help smooth out those lines that I showed you before were terrible. You can either do it with your pinking shears or you can do it with a regular shear. Today I wanted to use my new pinking shears. So I've had them here for like forever, but I've never actually used them. So far you can see this is going pretty quick, huh? Except for the fact that I forgot the ears. And when you turn these around, you're taking your finger and you're pressing up against the seam to make them nice and round. Do you see the difference the pinking shears did? And removing that bulk that was on the top, you have beautiful smooth edges. We'll do this one again. Hi, Milty. Thank you for joining my Facebook Live. Look, guys, see how beautiful and round this is? Now we're going to take a little bit of my batting, which I have right here. And when I say little, I mean really very little. We just want a little puff for our ears. That's one little puff. All these lights are making me hot. And another little puff. I've got lights all over, people. You wouldn't think so, but I have so many lights. Does it look bright out there? Or is it looking dark? Hello, Concon. Welcome to my live. Love you. Miss you. Wonderful. I was trying to do this on my iPad. I don't know. I'm not an iPad person. I couldn't get it to work. So you're all on my phone. You gotta come and visit us, Concon. All right, so now that I've lightly, loosely filled these, I have to come and sew this here. Now, since it's 1/4 of an inch seam allowance that we're going to be using on these, I'm going to do 1/8 of a seam allowance, only that way I can hide my seam allowance when I go to attach it to the actual teddy bear. Here I didn't backstitch because it's just to hold my stitches. So I can stick it into my little head, which now I have to take apart. Alrighty, guys, here are my little ears. Look at how cute. Okay, here comes what I don't like. I don't like taking things apart, but it's only a little bit on the top. So let's get her done. Let me get the top of the head so I can see where I have to put my ears. So this is, all right, guys. Here are the 2 dots right here and here. 2 dots. Okay, so I'm only going to open up that little bit. So I'm going to take my pattern and I'm going to hold it up to there. And I'm just going to take and do a little rip right here on the thread. You know what my problem was? I made a really tight stitch. All right, so that is open there. And this is going to open to right here. Then I'm simply just going to pop those ears in. Come on. I actually adjusted my stitching length. I had it on a 20 and I moved it up to a 25. See how easy that is? Just a little rip. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little ear, tuck that in here. I do want you to notice, okay, we have completely opposite curves. This is going up and this is going down. Now we're going to have to take and ease this ear into this shape here. And as we sew, we're going to be curving our little ear, the back of our ear, we're going to be curving it to fit in there. So let's tuck this little ear in. Let me look at my ears. I want to see which way I want to put them. What do I want it to face? Alrighty. Getting it done. We're getting it done. Okay, so now I have my little ear, the edge of my ear to where the circle of my pattern piece indicated. So now I'm going to go back. Since I messed this up, I'm going to go back a little bit and then come over because I want to reinforce this thread here. So I'm just going to go back 1/4 inch again. Now I'm getting my little tool here and I'm going to be taking the little ear and the edge of the fabric and I'm curving it out to meet my stitching right here. Are you guys learning out there? I'm going slow because I'm getting to where I have to get to. Now I'm back stitching here. Now I'm going to take my template again and I'm going to find where my ears go. Okay, so let me start here. So it's right here. I'm going to start here and I'm going to come to this edge. And mind you, you wouldn't have done this, was my boo-boo, but I just want you to see that it's an easy fix. So I'm separating the stitches, coming in. You guys gonna pull out your sewing machines and start sewing? Yes, Carmen, it's very important how to learn because even a seasoned seamstress, sewer like myself, can make mistakes. So like I said, I'm gonna come right to this edge here and tuck my little ear in here. So I like to show you as well my little tips and tricks of the trade. So I'll take my little ear, I'm gonna tuck it into that little pocket. This wasn't such a bad boo-boo, but would have been easier if I didn't have to take it apart. This pattern that I'm using, I did get it off of Etsy. It was a PDF file and it gave me from a size 12-inch teddy bear to like a 30-inch teddy bear. I have another teddy bear that I did create. It is somebody's special memory teddy bear for their loved one. I will not say anything or show it because it's a surprise. And I don't want anybody sharing any information. Okay. Now with my tool, I'm tucking in the end of the little ear to curve perfectly around, making sure all of my seams stay at 1/4 inch. Now I'm going past the ear just a little bit to reinforce those seams that I just had to take apart. So we have our ears inside. Now let's see how our teddy bear is looking. It's always the exciting part to see what's happening. Are you guys having fun watching a little teddy bear being born? Looky, looky, looky. Oops, let's pop that nose out. Look at this, guys. And look at my ears. They're there. Woo-hoo. And look, they're perfect. Perfectly placed. All right. Let me go back to my instructions. We already did the ears. All righty, let's see. All right. Okay, we're doing the back sections now. All right, we're going to connect the back section. It says here, head back sections together along center. All righty, let's get that done. Where's the back of my... All right, here we have the back. Now, for those who don't know how to sew, Carmen, you killing me, girl, you're killing me. I think he might be yours if you want him. Because I know Edith is going to be making her own. Okay, guys, let's get back to sewing. So I want you to realize our pattern gives us all indications here. Here are 2 dots, here are 2 dots, and it says center front seam. So we're going to be sewing this center front, all right? And we're going to keep in mind these 2 dots here are going to be where I'll be placing the legs later. All right, so I'm turning this around, making sure that I'm not going to sew the wrong side like I've done. So that's why I say you can make your notches on your pattern or you can make your marks, but I'm just going to take and flip it around. So the part that's facing away from me is the front. Now the part that's facing me is the front. So we're going to take and we're going to bring our ends together. And we're going to sew again, quarter seam allowance, making sure that we're going to secure the top of the neck with a back stitch, because I'm telling you, it gets tight. Okay. Okie dokie. So what part did we just do? We did the front of the body. All right, now let's get the back part. Let me make sure. We have a doggy war outside. All righty. Now I'm going to turn the page again. Did I go ahead of myself again? Oh, I did it fine. Oh, okay. Here's one thing I didn't do. All right, again, when we have a curve, you have to always snip it because you will get bumpy, ugly turn. Now we're staying away from the actual seams. So here we have again our pinked selvage, so that when we turn it around and stuff him, our seams are going to be nice and smooth. Again, you don't have to use pinking shears if you don't want to. So now it indicates that we have to do the feet. Where's my feet? Feet. Oh, they're here. All right, here we have our feet. Okay, I want you to pay attention again to the fact that we have these darts here. These darts, you're not going to sew in between here. You're going to sew from here to here, from here to here. This is going to stay open. because this is where we are going to be stuffing it. All right. So now we have our pieces. We're going to turn them facing each other. Now, if you're making this out of a stretchy fabric, you will use a lightweight interfacing, fusible interfacing. Okay, we're going to do 1/4 inch seam allowance again. And we're going to sew a little ways down. And we're going to back stitch again. Going to go down a little ways again. Come on, guys, share the video with your friends. Call them up. Let's see how many people we can get on here. Share it on your page. All right, so I'm snipping. You can see here we have our opening. Now we're going to go and do the front part again. We'll repeat the same step for both of them. Here I'm lifting up the pressure foot as I'm going around this sharp curve because I don't want to have any sharp edges. Again, I'm going to be taking the other foot. Is it a foot or a paw? It says leg on the pattern. So we're turning this around, making sure that everything is matching. And we're going to repeat our steps again on here. We're going to be taking leaving a little opening, back stitching again, cut the thread, move on, coming along pretty quick, isn't it, guys? Mind you, this is going to be a whole animal, so it's coming along quick. Back stitching. Guys, this is a life. You get to come home after a long, hard day. You're getting your moo-moo. You pull out your fun crafting. And you enjoy and relax. Voila. I always have my snipper handy. I'm a picky snipper person. Snip, 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 all the unwanted. Okay, now again, because we have our curves, we need to take all that bulk out. Loving my new pinking shears, guys. So if you have baby clothes, if you have a loved one's clothing and you want to make a memory bear for them, I think they would love it. Again, I have pink this here, not touching any of my stitching. I can't wait, Carmen, for you to have all your wonderful sewing stuff. I know you can do it, Peter Pan. You know why? Because you're my sister. And we get this from our mother. Actually, since I have you on here, I will tell you where the love of sewing came from. Our mother would always make us dresses. She would make everything without a pattern, actually. My mama said that as a young lady, she always wanted to be a hairdresser and turned out to be a hairdresser. She wanted to paint, and my sisters are painters. And I'm talking about gorgeous work. All right, you see, now we've turned this around. Look at how beautiful. Look at those curves. It's important to pay attention to the details of prepping the material correctly so that when you turn out your project, it will look beautiful. All right, you know what? I'm gonna leave this one like that. I just wanted to show you. I'm gonna leave this like this. I'll turn this one around. I just wanted to show you how pretty it is. Now we're gonna put the sole of the footy in. Okay, so I want you to realize we have our center front and our center back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this seam allowance to seam allowance where stitching is, and I'm just going to take a scissor and I'm going to give it a little notch. It's important, and I'll show you why. I'm just going to take and make a little notch right here. This notch is going to be my center. Can you see the notch? Now with the foot part, the sole part, I'm also going to take it, I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to notch a little notch right here. I mean, very small, because clearly we have to hide these notches in our 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so now I have these two notches here. Can you see my notches? Now we're going to take these two notches and we're going to bring them together the opposite way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to notch these little corners here. This is just for our reference on fitting the sole of the foot onto our shoe. Okay, here's the reason we did our notching. We're going to take our side notches and I'm going to attach it to, pin it to the notches on the side here. Hello, friends and family. I love you all. Thank you for joining us. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to put a little pin right here, notch to notch. I'm going to come to the other side, and I'm going to pin to the center notch on this side. I don't know where's Hazel, because let me tell you, it's hot in here, and I need a drink. So now we're taking the front notch and we're gonna bring it to the front of the toe, and we're gonna pin that there as well. Now, for those that are not sewers, whenever you let's see if I have anything here where I can show you. Let me see. Is this something that moves? No, this is felt. That's fabric has a bias. You have your grain that's going this way and it's going this way. But when you're cutting around here, you're cutting on the bias of the fabric, which lets you stretch it and move it. Reason I'm telling you is because we have these circles here. And these circles, we're going to make them fit into this straight line, okay? So we're gonna pin that center to the toe and to the back. You see what we have here? You're gonna be like, how am I gonna get all that in there? The thing is, this is gonna ease in. All right, so we'll start on the back. Now remember, always move your fabric out of the way when you're coming into the needle, because you can pinch it and then you'll have to do seam ripping yet again. I am removing my pin so we don't run over it. And I'm going to start at 1/4 inch and I'm going to back stitch. Alrighty, where's my best friend? The reason I'm pulling this out is because now this fabric on the top is taller than the bottom fabric. So with this tool, I am pulling the bottom fabric to the edge of the top fabric, making sure that it's all even. Wait till you see how this looks. Now I'm pulling out my pin. Now we're coming to the toe area. As you see, I'm pulling out all my fabric, keeping it away from the needle. And again, with my tool, I'm going to the lower layer that's not a bias, and I'm pulling it even with the top of the fabric, which is on the bias. Now I'm pulling this out. If I lose you guys, don't worry, I'll come back. Now, with my left hand, I'm pushing away my fabric, making sure I do not catch it into the needle. And now I am with my tool. You can use an awl, you can use anything you have that's skinny and sharp, and bring your fabric together. Now pulling this out again. Okay, now I'm easing the rest of this fabric into the straight edge of the foot. With my tool, I'm pulling the bottom fabric out to the edge, making sure I don't catch anything underneath. Now I'm coming around to the front edge again, and I want to move this fabric back so I don't catch it. Now I already reached the back. I've completely gone around, but now I just want to make sure I go a little bit around to make sure that all my fabric is caught in there. All right, so here you could see we have our little foot sole attached with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. You didn't think that would fit, did you? And look at this side. You want to see the magic? Let's look at the magic. Now with my finger, I'm going to smooth this out. Pop the little toe out. And get my little handy dandy tool here. Guys, look at this. Isn't that magical? Isn't that fun? Look at that. Hello. Our little bear is coming alive. Okay, next step. Repeat. We're going to find, oops, I did not mark the notches on this one. So again, I'm bringing seam to seam. Create a little notch just so that you could see it, 1/8 of an inch. I don't like threads popping out. Got to snip that thing. Now we have our notch here. And we have our toe and our heel. This has already been notched out. We're going to repeat the same thing again. We're going to open up our shoe, our toe. We're going to put our notch to the front. I just heard a pin drop, literally. That means trouble. Because if you step on it, you're in trouble. All right, notch to notch again. Now we're putting the notch to the heel part. Now we're going to take our side notches and attach that. Guys, if you're enjoying this, share it with your friends. Invite them to join in and watch me create a memory bear live. I give you hints and tips on how to do things. And it's fun. I love it. Okay, so again, we've taken our notches and matched them to the heel, to the toe, and we're going to start on the back. That's what I like to do. Because you don't want to make, if you're going to make a mistake in the back where nobody sees it. All right, again, 1/4 inch seam allowance. Let me get my tool. And I will match up my edges. You know what? You won't believe this, but we're almost done. That's how quick and easy it is to make these amazing things. And if you guys like my sewing, let me know. I will show you how to make more stuff. I will show you how I make a shirt. I will show you whatever you want. This is, of course, created by myself. I have many of these because after a long, hard day where you're tired and you're hot, you just want to come home and get into something comfortable. Again, like I said, moving all the fabric away from the needle so you don't catch anything, and pulling my fabric from the bottom with my tool. Making sure I have all my edges even. Are any of you out there sewers? Alrighty, again, moving my fabric from underneath, moving it away. You don't see, but I'm always flipping the fabric away with my thumb underneath and bringing my edges, raw edges together. So that way I don't catch anything and it's perfectly even. And when you turn it around, everything is nice and smooth without bunching. Again, like I said, I'm always moving everything away. Now I came back to the heel already, and I'm doing the back stitch. And here we are again. And I'll turn it around. Oh my God, I love how these things look. Look, I mean, look at that. Look at this. Look at that. I don't stop getting excited and happy when I create things. It's so much fun to see. Hi, my boys. Grams is sewing. Another teddy. You see this? Look at how cute. Again, I get excited. Okay, so we don't make mistakes. I'm talking to two cameras. Sorry. All right. All right, we did this part already. We just did this part already. I get ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Hi, my babies. Okay, so now we have our beautiful feet done. So it tells you to pin and to clip, to bring together with a little clip, seam to seam. So let's get that done. And then we're gonna do the back of the body. Okay, so now here we have our front seam allowance and we have the back seam. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring these seams to match each other. Okay, I'm gonna take a clip and we're going to clip it together. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the other foot, seam to seam. See, seam to seam. Bring it together. So now we have both of our feet together. I think this will clear up Edith's mystery of what I was talking about, because I tried telling my sister what I do, and she's like, huh? I said, you'll see. Don't worry. All right, we got that together. So now I got to get the back part. Okay, guys. So here's the back part. Always pay attention to where you're sewing and your notches. Here we're going to be sewing up to the first notch, leaving this open. Then we're going to go from there to the end notch. From notch to the end, we're going to close. Then we have what's called a dart. We're going to take the dart and we're going to close it up, and this is where its tushy is. Okay, so let me show you how I do that. So I take my, I take my dart and you simply fold it down on itself. See that? And do the same with the other one. Hi, Leisha, I love you. Hi, Daisy. Oh, you want to see the final product? I'll show you. I forgot. Guys, this is who we're making. See this? We're making this cute teddy. All right. That's who we're making. So now on the dart, we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance right here. Everything's a 1/4 of an inch. Remember, back stitch, back stitching. Keeping that 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way to the back. I will show you. I'm taking my next piece and I will do again 1/4 inch seam allowance. Back stitching. Come on guys, share with your friends. Bring them in so that they can see. Alrighty, so this is what I call chain stitching, where I keep everything together, saves time. Snip it. So when I say 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way, what I refer to is even when you're coming up here, keep that, imagine that you are bringing that line up so that you're not veering off or going off in a different direction. Always keep the same width with your stitches. And this is what that's gonna look like. Okay, so now I will get my pattern piece and I will confirm where I have to leave open and close. This is the top. This is the bottom. So I'm going to take my pattern piece again. Okay. And we're going to be, see, I got to make sure I review. So here's our dart. And we will be sewing close to here and then over here. So I'm going to mark this with a pin just for reference. Let me get the other one for reference. If only you know how quick this is. All right, so I've put my pins where the opening is going to be. So again, bring our edges together perfectly. 1/4 inch seam allowance. Back stitching. Now remember, anytime there's a curve, removing my pin. Back stitch. We want to secure these openings because we're going to be stuffing it. And we don't want it to rip the seams. Back stitching. This is the neck. This is going to get a lot of stress, especially since we're going to be sticking all the pieces through it. All right, guys. So this is what we have now. This is the back. Okay. We're going to be hand sewing this when we're done. And this is the tushy. Okay. Now, let me get the instructions. Let's just get the instructions. Let's be real. Okay, so we've done all this. Okay. Okay, so now we have to take our little feet. You can't tell, but these are the feet flipped upside down. So let's look at our marks. The feet are going to apart, the back or the front. Turn legs right side out. Oops, let's put this here. Turn legs right side out. Fold to the top leg along the fold lines. Bring to the front and back seams together as on outside. Pin legs to the body front. That's what I need to know. Okay, so here's my body front. Now I will get my piece for the body front and I will look at its markings. Okie dokies. What am I doing? Where's the neck part? Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here and here, we're going to be pinning my little feet on there. So let me just take just a little snippet off right there where the dots are, just the smallest, because I don't want to go into my stitching area. So here's an important part. Here's the front, here's the belly, right? When you go to pin these on, the feet, don't put the feet backwards, okay? Make sure that you know that you're pinning the feet forward. Now, because we're going to put them here, we're going to go and we're going to flip it up to the neck, the feet area. So let me go to my little darts that I have here. Okay, wonderful. Now the next dart, remember we're putting the feet up towards the neck because we're going to flip these around. I hope you guys can see this. Now we're taking and we're clipping our feet. This is the neck. This is the belly bottom. The feet go up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be taking our body back. Okay? And we're going to be taking and we're going to be matching our seams in the center. Making sure they're nice and centered. I like matching my seams. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. So now I'm taking a pin and matching my seams in the front center. We're encapsulating our feet inside the tummy. We're bringing our edges. This is the neck edge here. We're bringing our seams to the neck edge. Going to take a little pin, hold that there. Going to tuck this little foot in, make sure it's all in there. Alrighty. Again, we're attaching at the neck. Here you can see our neck is coming along. And then we're just going to make sure we tuck those little feet in there. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so if you notice, the back part is bumpier. The flat side is the front is flatter. So for sewing, I'm going to put the flat side down, which makes it easier and less bulky. And again, I am stressing constantly, we're going to backstitch the neck, especially because when we attach it, we have to turn all of this through the neck area. Now we're turning our fabric, tucking it in like this. We're going to start matching our seam edges. And we're going to do a nice 1/4 inch seam allowance all around. Now I'm coming to the edge of where the foot is. And again, I'm bringing the edge, let me see if you could see. I'm bringing the edge of the foot, the edge of the fabric, we're connecting that so that we get a perfect 1/4 inch seam allowance there, and we catch the foot in there. Getting my handy dandy tool again. And I'm moving my dart seam inwards, removing my clip, making sure that I grab the feet and make sure we're at the edge. All the raw edges are together. Let me pull this out because we're working with a straight and a curved edge. We need to make sure that we modify the fabric so that it all goes in. I'm removing my pin that's in the center back. Okay, now I gotta find, because as you can see, all the fabric in there is doing whatever it wants. So now it's up to me to take that foot and smooth it out, making sure that, again, all my raw edges are together. If you want, you can open your seam allowance in the center back. Let me get my little handy dandy tool because I want that to stay open, and that way I can move it in. Our bear's almost done. And again, like I said before, I am putting my dart going forward, just to make sure everything looks nice and neat. Are you guys enjoying this little tutorial? Let me see what you got to say. Because if you're not, then I won't bother doing any more. What do y'all got to say? Nobody's talking to me. I feel like I'm alone. Yeah, putting pressure on you. Talk to me, people. Tell me if you're interested in sewing. Who here has a sewing machine? Okay. So, here we are. Everything is sewn up. And remember what I say before, when you have a curve, we have to clean it up. Okay? So let's get our pinking shears and let's clean up these edges and get them ready to flip out. Thank you, Danny. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Now I'm going through this thicker part here, many layers. There you go. So we have all of the curves are pinked. And I didn't do the back one, but I'll get that now. Hi, Danny. Not Danny. Oh, it's Danny. I thought it was my nephew. How are you? Alrighty. So we have all of our curved edges already paint. Now we're going to take our head. Now, let's make sure we do this right. So the back of the head, this is where we are so far. The back of the head is going to go to the back neck part. Okay. And to do that, we're going to have to squeeze him together. And stick it in this little hole. Bless you too. Okay. We're being gingerly. This is why I said you need to make sure that this is really well stitched with a back stitch. Okay. Now we have 4 seams on each of the pieces. And we're going to match all those 4 seams. As you can see, this is a very, very tight little space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pinning my seams at this seam to seam. So that way his head isn't crooked, or her. Carmen, are we making a girl or a boy? Okay. We're removing the fabric inside, making sure everything is nice and smooth. Again, we don't want to catch any fabric in there and have to take things apart. One more pin. Hold up. Let's get this out again. 'Cause I forgot something. Hello? My goodness. How about if we had some arms for our teddy? Goodness gracious. Okay. Let's get the arms going. All right, let me get the arms. I almost forgot the arms. That's what happens when I don't read. I know what I'm doing. Just forgot a step. Okay, so these are the arms. It's important to read, people. Goodness. Again, let's reiterate this. Here we have our pattern piece. Okay. We're going to be sewing from here to this notch and from this notch all the way around. So let me leave a little opening in the back. Now, the opening in the back is because we're going to be stuffing it through the elbow. And we're going to be closing it up by hand stitching. All right. It is dark outside. You can hear my birdies. That's my ambiance music background. Okay, so now we have that one. Let's get the second arm. Bring our top together. Again, towards the elbow, we will be leaving an opening. I'm telling you, this is almost done. It's quick and easy. Back stitching always starting, because we will be putting stress on these seams when we go to fill it up. Coming around to the other side. I keep repeating the same thing, and I keep repeating the same thing because you have to always remember to do the same exact thing for all of your projects, which is what secures and reassures that your sewing pieces will always be strong and secure. Again, I'm coming with the pinking shears because we are going around curves and we want smooth, beautiful lines on our finished product. And it's just for the curved areas. On this opening here, I'm not going to pink because I want that to be strong, because I need to go in there. I need to go in there when I'm done, and I don't want a thin edge here. Okay, that one's done. Let's get the other one. Has anyone picked up any new ideas, or have I showed you anything that you didn't know? I can't see who's actually watching or saying, Oops, I almost went and cut through by the opening, which I don't want to do. Carmen, are we making a boy or a girl? All right, now we're going to turn this inside out. I'm going to use my handy dandy tool to push this through. Carmen, pay attention. Is it a boy or a girl? It's a girl. Wait a minute, my girl has a little, oops there. I want to go back and secure that. Let's get this inside out again. Oh boy. Just gonna go and reinforce that little tip there. Let me see, where was it? Okay, so here's the issue. The edging was too close, so I'm just gonna come over here and just reinforce that little tip right there. And before I turn this one around, make sure that I have enough seam allowance, but that's not gonna happen. Okies, let's do this again. So we're gonna take this. What points up, Carmen? Taking my little stick and I'm starting to turn it inside out, pushing out all the edges. Thank you. This is what I love to do. So here's a little arm. The opening is in the back, the elbow where we're going to be stuffing it. So I've been doing a lot of sewing projects. I haven't shown them, but if everybody's interested, I might do another one. Again, we're flipping this one around. As everybody knows, I'm known by Sew Crafty because I like to sew and be crafty. Here's the other arm. Now I have to take these, and we have the elbow, of course, and we have the front of the arm. So we have to attach this to the body so that I know where it goes. I'm going to bring these edges together and fold it in half. And I'm going to, again, a very little notch because we're only using 1/4 inch seam allowances. Again, bringing our edges together. And we'll be doing just a very little notch, just so that I could see it and know where the center is. Now let's get our body back. Now I gotta figure out which is, okay, so the arms are gonna be facing inward towards the belly front. So I'm just gonna tuck this in, which I should have done before. but it's not sewn in, so it's never late. So to make it easier for me to tuck it in, which I should have done that first, I'm going to use my little stick and I'm going to poke it in. Find a solution for everything, guys, because sewing is sometimes tricky, but there's always a solution. Okay, so here we have our notch. So that notch is matching my seam. Now I'm going to come back in here. I'm grabbing the head, side notch, or seam allowance rather, and I'm going to attach it to there. Okay, now I'm taking off the side pin again because I forgot. Now I got to take my arm, make sure that it's going inward towards the belly. Take my stick again. If you ever think about it, there's a lot of repetition of that exact same thing. You know why? Because we got a back and a front and a side, and they always have to match. So you're going to be repeating a lot. All right, so I tucked that in. Now I'm finding my notches again, making sure my seams are flat. Everything is flat. I am bringing my notch to the side seam. Taking the side seam of the head, and I'm going to attach that to the center notch and the side seam. So we got 3 layers. So I'm pinning that again. We got it done. Got it done finally. All this tucking and prepping. All right, so here we have it. Here we have our neck. The arms are on the side, facing the tummy. The feet are inside. Look, we got a turtle. All right, now let's get this all sewn up, and then we get to do the reveal. And it was as easy as that. Now I have to move these pins out of my way. I don't want to get poked. That's something you always get, is poked when you're working with tight spots like this. So again, making sure that you have nothing on the bottom that's getting pinched, that all your edges are together. I'm going to bring that over under the needle. I'm using my tool because I need to hold everything in place. Squeeze it in there. All right, let's try this. I think when I go around to do the neck, I'll probably do it twice to give it enough strength. I'm pulling out that side pin. Going around very carefully. Tell you, a little tool like this is very, very handy. It keeps your hands out of the way of the pressure foot so you could see what you're doing and where you're going. I'm going to pull out my pin on the side. Going slowly. And remember, always making sure we're not pinching anything on the bottom. Keep repeating it because it happens, and when it happens to you, you want to like scream because you got to take all those stitches back out. And if it happens to me, I'm going to scream. Pulling out my last pin, and we're almost there, guys. Oops, there's a pin here. Now this is there's a little fly attracted over here. This is a loose woven cotton, so I want to go around and around and assure that it's not going to rip. So I've already done the sewing. Like I said, I'm just going to go around again and secure. It's all already done. Slow wins the race, guys. As I'm turning this, I have to make sure that I smooth out all of my fabric going into the needle. Okay. Round 2 almost done. And we're there. And now the magic. Are you ready to see the magic after all that work? Okay, now we're going through the back. And we're going to pull out everything. This kind of reminds me of birth. Oh, look at that. The head came out first. It wasn't breech. Ta-da! Look at this. How do you like that, guys? The feet. The head. She's done. What do you guys think? Say something to me. My mother needs to feed me. I'm too skinny. So I don't know if you guys want to watch me stuff it, or if you guys want me to come back when it's all done. All right, let's start stuffing. So again, we have our polyfill here. And we're going to start stuffing it. Okie dokies. Bear with me. You like that one? Yes, I'm corny, I know. My family tells me all the time. So I'm just fluffing the batting. We're going to go through the back. And we're going to start filling her up. Now I'm hoping I have enough batting because this was an impromptu project. So we're going to take and we're going to tuck the batting to the top nicely. And if I don't have enough, I'll leave it as it is, and then I'll come back and buy more batting. And then at least you'll get to see what she's going to look like. Isn't it cute though, guys? My memory bear pattern. I got it on Etsy. It was an easy PDF to download and print. And I took and I laminated my pattern pieces. And for the face front, I punched a little hole where the eyes go so I know to mark my pattern perfectly. If I don't have enough batting, like I said, I'll go buy more. This is my third memory bear. What do you guys think about memory bears? Can you all please tell me what you think? Do you think it's a nice idea? Would you like to have memory bears? And when I say memory bears, it's because there are people who have baby clothes they don't want to get rid of. And with memory bears, you can cut them up, make a little teddy bear out of the children's clothing. Or you can make a memory bear with a special loved one's clothing. Look, guys. Hello. Hi. I still need more honey. Carmen, what are we going to name your teddy? At least I'll get the head nice and stuffed, even if I don't get the whole body all full today. But at least you've seen me make it, and it was quick, it was easy, and I'm just feeling it. Little ears are nice and soft. All right, Danny, thank you for joining us. Have a great night. It was good to talk to you. Now I will stuff its belly. So what do you guys say? Somebody talk to me. Would you like to make one of these? Or would you like receiving one of these? Oh, that fly is all over. Well, I have some more batting over here, so let's see how much I can fill this one up with what I have. Like I said, this... I hope so. You know, you can always refer back to my video and see how I created it. Now for the nose, I'm just going to make a little felt nose and hand sew it in here. This is all I got left. Hi, Davidcito. Love you. God bless you, primo. Look what we're making. A teddy bear. My teddy bear is sending. My teddy bear is sending teddy bear hugs. Teddy bear hugs. Bear hugs. Poop, poop. Well, my teddy bear is coming to an end with the batting. Oops. Look. Hey, everyone. Today's my birthday. September 11. Woohoo! What did you make, Davidcito? You making us jealous? Come on. Spill the beans. For those who don't know, my cousin Davidcito is a chef. And he's a teacher. And he's the most amazing cousin. I'm going to see if I put a little bit in the arms just so that you can get a little idea of how it's going to come out. I think people are watching with no volume because nobody's really answering. It's probably everybody. Viana con bacalao. La receta de mami. Dios te bendiga. I know that's good. Con aguacate. Nothing like families cooking. I've been seeing the fancy stuff you put out there. Look at this. It's coming along. Hello. Hello. I love playing with little stuffed animals with my grandkids. They love stuffed animals. All right, let me put some in the legs. The arms have a little bit. So this is it. This is the last of the honey for the bear. Let's hope that we can at least give him a little shape. All right, taking it apart a little bit. Now, I miss my family. I'm thankful I got to see Mirti, Awilda, Nana. Alrighty, coming along. No bacala, no aguacate. That's criminal. Hey, Davidcito, you know what you gotta do? You gotta make a Facebook Live making your beautiful food. I know you'll be very, very famous. All right, guys, here's the foot coming along. You see how nice? See that? Don't be ha me. I know you can, well, I know you can do it. Everybody be learning from you. You know we're a very, 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 very smart family. Yeah, one of these days. Mijo, just put your camera in front of the stove and show us. I know we'd love it. Okay, little by little, it's coming alive. So when I finish this little bit of batting, what I'm gonna do is I will leave it as is, and off camera I will sew the back of the legs, the elbows, and I will put a nose on it because I know my teddy bear wants to smell Davidcito's food because, like I said, he's an excellent cook. This teddy bear is actually 12 inches. I have made one in 18 inches. So, like I said, this was just for fun to show how to make something for those who are interested in learning how to sew. These patterns do come with a jacket. These patterns, you can make them into bunnies, into kitty cats. It brings different ears. Look at that piece of thread came out. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to be finishing off our teddy off camera in case I have to get more batting. Let's see, this guy needs a little bit more. So I put a little bit in the arms, and I will continue to stuff him after I get a little bit more batting. I know I have some in the room somewhere, but I'm not going to look for it while I'm doing the video. So guys, here it is. Hello. I need to eat a little bit more. Mommy has to get me some honey. For those who don't know, I am recording on 2 cameras. This one and over there. See, over there. Well, guys, I like that you've been hanging around with me and you watched me being born today. So I hope you've enjoyed my little tutorial. Has anybody enjoyed it? Please let me know. Hello? Wake up! Everybody sleeping out there? These people on the other camera, they're asleep. They're not talking to me. Good night, everybody. Be blessed. Thank you for joining my Facebook Live. And for those out there watching me on the other camera, thank you for watching. Have a blessed night. And let me know if you'd like to try one of these. Like I said, this is from WhatsApp. The pattern and Gunter. Edith, this one, Carmen, look at what Edith said, Gunter. What's her name, Carmen? I keep asking you. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Let me just say goodbye on the other camera. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. Mommy will give me a nose soon, and she'll sew me up and keep stuffing me. But I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It's been helpful. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Bye.